Welcome back to our series on habits. Yesterday we talked about routines, how they are made up by our habits and how they can help us. We tend to think of the habits usually as good or bad. A good habit might be that I brush my teeth. I mean, if I want to keep my teeth, it's a good habit to have. Smoking might be a bad habit. But we can also think about how helpful a habit is. It either helps us get closer to who we want to be, accomplish the things we want to accomplish, or not help us in that. Over time, a good habit becomes our ally. Over time, a bad habit becomes our enemy, and it becomes much more distinct the further we go along because there's a greater distance. And a good illustration of this, James Clear talks about in his book, Atomic Habits. If a pilot leaves from New York City, so we'll say this is New York City, say she is bound for, she leaves LAX, okay? Leaves from LAX, flying to New York City. If she alters the course by even 3.5 degrees, she's going to end up instead in Washington, D.C. instead of New York City. And by that seemingly small, insignificant change, it resulted in it had a major impact on the course and then the destination. And for you or I, our current trajectory is what determines where we end up, not where we intended to go. I don't think any of us intend to stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning, binge watching on Netflix or Facebook. But nonetheless, when we repeat that behavior, that takes us in a different direction usually than we want to go. And it's not the intention that gets us where we want to go. It's the actual behavior. So say my destination is financial security. If I make $50,000, but I spend $60,000, I'm going to be broke, not financially secure, and I will not have arrived at that place overnight either. It will be from a series of decisions that has got me there, less one big mistake, one night at the casino. So the last point I'll make is that even the smallest of our behaviors can have can allow us to have something to show for it. So, for instance, watching TV for 10 minutes a day, not really a big deal, versus walking 10 minutes a day. At the end of a year, I'm going to bet that I have some greater benefit and something to show for it from the walking 10 minutes a day over the watching TV. And so even 10 minutes of that helpful behavior helps us to build on it. It builds on itself over time. And that really is our cumulative total. It accumulates over time and it becomes more beneficial the more we do it. This time, we'll talk about how our identity affects our habits and with the question of who do I wish to become? So thank you so much for watching. If you have questions or perhaps an ingenious insight you'd like to share, please do so in the comments or send me a message. I would love to hear from you. Until next time.